Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today's recipe is onugbu soup with ede, or bitterleaf soup with cocoyam, as if we want to call it in English. And to make this yummy-licious goodness, keep watching. To start making this soup, I have prepped some things, although I'm trying to tidy up. Right here I have my cocoyam, which I cooked already, and now I'm pounding it. I need to pound this boiled cocoyam to make it into a cocoyam paste. And I just added some red palm oil to mash this together, or to pound this together. Also on the side, I have some red bell peppers, but I'll tell you what that is for. I know that some of us do not cook with red bell peppers, but I'm going to show you why I use red bell peppers. Now this is the time to blend these red bell peppers that I just mentioned. So I have the red bell pepper, the Scotch bonnet pepper, my red onions, as well as some cloves of garlic. I'm now adding some water to blend this into a puree. So why do I use red bell peppers? Red bell peppers, I use them for two things. First of all is to cut the calories of the palm oil. Instead of pouring so much palm oil, you just put just a little bit, and then you now supplement it with red bell peppers, and this is to give it a beautiful color. The red bell pepper also, I use it to get all the vitamins that I have, so you can imagine. We just poured off our blended red bell peppers, and now I'm showing us the ingredients for this soup. I just showed us the palm oil, the red bell peppers that we blended. I have the bitter leaves that I washed already. I also have some salt, some seasoning cubes, some ground crayfish, some meat stock, as well as the assorted meats and stockfish that I have on the side. And last but not the least, the pounded cocoyam or ede that you saw us pounding earlier. To start making the soup, I'll be using the pot that I use in cooking the stock, so I don't have to be washing and washing every time. I'll start making the soup by pouring in our palm oil into the hot pot. Our chopped onions goes in next. Stir this together and fry your onions. This is now time to add in our blended red bell peppers. We pour that right into the pot of palm oil and onions. Stir this together. After stirring this, I will just cover the pot and allow it to cook and to fry. After a few minutes of frying, we check on our red bell pepper and see if it has fried down. When it starts to thicken, as well as have the oil float on the top, that means that this is ready. Now we'll be adding our meat, our assorted meats that I prepared earlier also. This has the assorted meats and the stockfish. So this is now the time to pour this into our pot. Stir this together. And in goes our meat stock. We pour everything into this beautiful pot of assorted meat. Stir again to make sure that the meat incorporates with the meat stock and the tomato sauce or the bell pepper sauce that we fried earlier. For the full ingredients, everything will be listed in the description, so you don't have to worry about missing a thing. When we finish turning this, we will then cover the pot with a lid and allow it to cook. After a few minutes of boiling, when the soup starts to bubble, it is then time to start adding in our pounded cocoyam. So I just take it like bit by bit, just to put in different parts of the pot. And with the power of the boiling stock or the boiling soup, the way it's bubbling, it will help to dissolve this boiled cocoyam. So you don't have to worry about pressing it or making sure that it dissolves. Just stir it, put it in different parts of the soup, like some bowls or some patches here and there. And when you finish putting this, you will then cover it with a pot and allow the power of the bubbles to do the job. Cover this pot. Let's now check on our soup. Okay, some of them have melted, some of them are still there, but by the time we turn this or we mix it together, the cocoyam will go to the bottom and then it will start to dissolve. And the reason why I use cocoyam is to thicken the soup. The cocoyam is a thickener for the soup, and there are some other people that like to use egusi to make their olubgu soup. But in this case, I'm using cocoyam because I just love the way it tastes and how traditional it looks. We cover the pot again and allow it to cook a little bit more to dissolve the cocoyam. And at this point, I am adding my crayfish to the soup. I'll also be adding my seasoning cube at this point after adding the crayfish. Break this over the soup. Stir together. At this point, or you can see our soup is beginning to thicken. But if the soup is too thick, I would recommend that you put water. And why do I say so? Cocoyam, if you use it in making olubgu soup, at a point, if it's too thick as you're cooking it and it gets colder, it will thicken more. So it's better that you leave it lighter so that when it cools, it will get thicker than having it too thick and thinking, oh, this is the perfect consistency. And when it gets cool, it gets too thick that you can't even eat it. My preference is to have it light so that once it cools, it will even be better. We have been stirring our pot of deliciousness and you see what it looks like. Our soup is almost done, but we'll just allow it to cook just a little bit more so that the seasoning cube can dissolve with the crayfish for everything to taste together, before we then add our final ingredient, which is the bitter leaf or the olubgu. and that is what gives it the name olubgu soup. I reduce the heat so that I don't have splashes all over the kitchen as our soups tend to splash. I'll then start adding our bitter leaf to the soup, and this looks yummy. Looks so good. The contrast of our fresh bitter leaf against the orange soup is just something else. It's wow. It is wow. So I just finished adding our bitter leaf and I'm stirring this, and our soup of deliciousness is ready. At this point, if you want to eat it, fine, but if you want it to cool a little bit, please feel free. But for me, I just put this and I don't allow it to cook for too long. I just leave it maybe just a few seconds just for it to bubble up again, and then I switch it off so that the green doesn't turn all dull, because I love that vibrant green and the orange. For those that haven't subscribed to my channel, also if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And also hit the like button, because I can bet you, I know you're smiling right now looking at this pot of deliciousness. Hit the bell icon too, so that once I post great videos like this, you can be the first to get notified. Can't wait to devour the soup, and I have my plate ready to serve myself and to help myself to this bowl of deliciousness. Scooping out some onto the bowl. Yummy. See what we have, pure perfection. Thanks guys for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.